Hey everyone, how is everyone doing on this Monday night, 16th of September 2024? How is everyone doing, huh? I'm doing my podcast now, obviously, today. I apologize, I couldn't do one for all my six listeners. I couldn't do one, last week because I was traveling with my wife. And our experience became sort of mixed. I don't want to get into too many details because obviously, me and my wife, we have gone through a lot, trying to get visas, getting visas and this and that. And so I don't want to fucking, talk about that and, just be in that hole, where um, obviously we wanted to, spend some time somewhere else. But I did go to Islamabad, spend some time there with her and my dad, and and just it became a little too much traveling, fucking airports and airplanes and flights and oh my fucking God, it somehow became a little too much. But you know what? Is my shoulder like sort of like balanced? I have a fucking idea. In any case, so here I am. Um, Back to hometown of New Jersey. Obviously, I couldn't bring her here. Hopefully, soon she'll be interviewed and she'll come home. Obviously, I miss her. She misses me. And we are not in our 20s or even 30s for us to say, oh, you know what? It's okay, to not be together. But then we don't have a choice. I'm not the only one. There are other people who are waiting for this goddamn immigration thing. Can you hear me? Hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. And she was just on the phone with me. As soon as she wakes up, she calls me. And I was working on some proposals. Obviously, when I'm away, sort of like the invoicing and all that, uh, gets slow. So I was doing that. My wife was helping me today when I got to the office, and a couple of proposals I had put together, which I'm gonna send tomorrow. And then I got some Spanish like chivo, like the goat from that place on Grove Street, right? Uh, you know, pollo and rice, I like that. And it's not spicy, and that's the kind of like stew I like. And in Pakistan, when I was there in Islamabad, obviously, when my wife cooks, or one night I cooked for my wife and also for my dad. I cooked goat that turned out good. I burnt it a little bit, but in any case, and after like 3 weeks, I went to my bagel shop today, Wonder Bagels. Got my egg whites and my usual. All right, everyone. Without turning my podcast into a travelogue, right? Um, how is everyone doing? How was your week going, huh? So sometimes I go to sort of like the Sunday church at Zeppelin Hall. It's not a church, but obviously Zeppelin Hall is a beer garden. And then I was there, talking to some of the people I met there, older guys and also um uh That place is actually it's nice. I mean, but then somebody came. I knew that guy, and and he was like, Trump got shot again. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? You just found out? I'm like, no, 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 no. He got shot again. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm just sitting there like, right? We're talking about, like football and watching football, right? Who was playing? The first game was Chiefs and Ravens, right? Bengals. And then the second game started, and then I found out about this, and then I kind of like fucking sort of like I realized it threw that whole fucking news just threw sort of like a monkey wrench, into the whole thing, and I got sort of like, it just the thought just comes into your head, and you're like, what the fuck, man? In any case, so and then I didn't want to stay out too late, and then I came home, and then I was just fucking exhausted, and then I slept until like 9:30, I think, and then that's when I woke up. In any case, so yeah, I mean, this is where we are now, 2 months before the fucking election. It's not even 2 months, month and a half now, right? And this is what's happening, And I don't want to talk about fucking politics, but I mean, this is not what America is. Yeah, we had like, these attempts at, different fucking presidents in the history, right? Obviously, Kennedy was shot, right? Well, J. F. Edgar Hoover was he shot too? Oh, Reagan, right? You name it. And then within like months, Trump, he's not the president, but he's the ex-president, Obviously, these people are trying to stop him from running or whatever the fuck it is, right? And this is not good, this is not really good for America, for us who live here, who work here, who have businesses, and we pay taxes and everything. And and I mean, luckily, nothing happened. Somebody was trying to, I think, shoot him at his fucking golf course right down in Florida. But in any case, so I don't want to talk about that. But it's just that I wanted to get that out of my fucking chest. And and that's it. That's all I wanted to say. And hopefully nothing else, blows up until the election day or after, up until fucking, mm, what do you call it, inauguration of the new president, January 20th or whatever the hell that is, right, next year. This period is kind of critical. I don't know what the fuck who's gonna win. I have no fucking idea. I don't know who I'm gonna vote for. All right, but I don't know, man. Everybody needs to fucking take a chill pill. Oh, which choir you're preaching to, sir? Do you take a chill pill? Yeah, I know. I have to fucking like take the biggest fucking chill pill. But in any case, so we spent some time in Turkey, and the food obviously there is amazing. The biggest fucking problem is the language barrier, right? So language barrier is the largest, and even like when we were at the breakfast places, right? We would go to like these amazing like cafes and restaurants, and you can sit outside, weather is fucking nice, right? But then you have to basically turn on the translator, English to Turkish or Turkish to English, right? So you can convey to the wetness or the wet, the worker what you want. Because like I have no fucking idea about Turkish language, not even a single word. I didn't even know what eggs were called in Turkish language, right? Turkish, Turkey. And then same thing with my wife. I think she knows a little bit because I think she used to watch, she told me, these Turkish like dramas and TVs, whatever channels, right? But in any case, so food was amazing, and then obviously Um, Weather was nice. I got a rental too, which was good, right? Um, and then yeah, and then she went east and I came west through Frankfurt, you know. Frankfurt is a small fucking like airport, you know. Obviously, these Europeans, you know, like countries are small, you know. It's like all these countries are like our states, you know, going from one state to the other state, right? And a friend of mine actually, he is right now in Scandinavia. I was looking at the pictures he was sending. Scandinavia is nice right now, you know. Obviously, my brother is there, and uh, and and so I gave him my brother's number as well. So let's see. I mean, if he's going to meet him or something in Stockholm or whatever it is, right? But in any case, so you know, you come back to America, and you know, it's not like you know, it's not like you are coming back to like some godforsaken place. Obviously, you know, I realized after that experience that yeah, you know, however bad people think of America or us, we usually, I mean, somebody like me, I take things for granted, right? And when you go outside to these other countries, then you realize, oh, fuck, you know what? At least we have some systems in place, uh, you know, in terms of the service industry or whatever, visas or whatever the fuck it is, right? At least you know, we have these systems and they work. But in these other fucking countries, you know, they have like some of them are so fucking old school and visas and this and that. It's unfucking believable, right? And then you gotta appreciate, you know, like for example, something like, you know, oh, you know what? We take, I mean, something like English, even we take for fucking granted right here, because everybody speaks English. Uh, so nobody needs to like learn, you know, a second language. Although I've been here for 22 years, 23 years now. I should have at least learned like half of the Spanish, right? Spanish here is the second language, and it's good to actually learn a different language, you know, other than your own mother tongue. Mine is like Brushaski, right? Sounds like Pulaski. That's our mother tongue, you know. But and then Urdu I can speak or Hindi, right? I understand, and then obviously English, right? In Spanish, I don't even fucking understand, you know, except for like very basic, which is not good actually, you know. Uh, because I think in like maybe what do they say? Maybe in like 20 years, 30 years, the Spanish population is going to overtake. Is that what it is? I have no idea. All right. I have 30 years. I don't think I'll be here. All you young people are going to be here, so good for you. All right. So learn some other fucking language. All right. Before they kick you out. I mean, yeah, nobody kicks you out, but that's the whole thing, right? Now, my own experience, you know, being in a place like Islamabad, I couldn't go to the mountains, you know, my hometowns. My mom is up there, my other sister's up there, you know, she was like, "Oh, you should come and visit us and, you know, stay a couple of days." I'm like, "Mom, I can't do." I got few things done, you know, in the Islamabad house. I got solar, close to 6 kilowatt solar I installed. They're just waiting for the meters, you know, green meters from the utility company. And then I got that shed in front of the entrance, you know, at the what do you call it, the driveway level, because my wife and my mom and those, you know, all of them. And I realized the need for that as well, because you know, there's no shed up there, and then you have the entrance doors, right? And then it's like fucking brazen sun, or if it's raining, then you're basically, you know, you're wet and you walk into the living room, right? But in any case, I had a good time, you know. We did some sightseeing there. I think I said that in my last podcast. I don't want to, repeat. All right. So, what are we talking about today, huh? Besides the elections and all that, obviously, work um, um is resumed for me. Work is obviously always there, which is good. Oh shit, I got to run the payroll. So I might have to actually run the payroll tomorrow. It's kind of late now. Um, because I was tired. I had that dinner and I got tired. It's like it has become a habit, which is not good because then I lie down on the fucking couch for like half an hour and it turns into like 45 minutes. And then I can't sleep at night now. It's like, it's 10:30 and I'll be doing my podcast. Hopefully I'll be done by let's say 11:30, right? And the problem for me, I have a lot of anxiety issues, so that doesn't help with the sleep. So what I was trying to do, obviously, with the jet lag and all that nonsense, right? I still have it. I think I feel it. But I got up a little early today, so that's good. But what I'm going to do is that I'm going to try to basically take melatonin. That's what I was taking in Islamabad. That helped me sleep, maintain sleep, regulate sleep. The problem with melatonin, it's a hormone, but it doesn't put you to sleep, but it maintains. Once you are in sleep, then it basically maintains or regulates your sleep, right? So then what the fuck, I think I have that I bought from fucking I think I can see it from here among all my, vitamins and all those fucking bottles, right? It's like I have like an apothecary. Apothecary, is that what they say? Uh, Small like homeopathic like fucking dispensary over here, huh? What do you need, sir? You need what, vitamin D here. Oh, what else do you need? You, sir, you, ma'am. What do you need, huh? You need the fucking, probiotics. But I got my wife some, some of the woman's vitamins, and I hope she takes it. Obviously, I take like, well, one super, complex, super B complex vitamin every morning, or every day with breakfast. Uh, and you need that as you grow older. My sciatica is still there. I haven't done anything. I haven't even done fucking, any therapy or anything. The pain is still there, and it was actually, I think the pain was more because I was running around. I was basically overseeing all that work that we're doing, that these workers were doing in Islamabad. So I was running around a little bit, too much, you know, like standing and sitting and whatever the fuck, right? All right, everyone. So that's something I had to address now seriously because I can't prolong this fucking pain. This is not good, obviously, for body, the nerves, and everything, right? Because I think it makes me sort of like, if I prolong this, I feel like it also makes me more like anxious and then angry and all that, than before, I feel like. And which is not good, I need more peace. Every one of us needs more peace and more fucking tranquility, tranquil, right? Then fucking screaming and like fucking, being angry and all that, right? So I gotta do that now. Um, what else is going on, huh? Me and my wife were watching that show called what is that fucking show called? I have watched it. It's a new show. It's a new sci-fi show, but my wife hadn't. It's on Amazon. It's called the Bunker? No, no, not the fucking Bunker. New sci-fi shows on Amazon. It's produced by Amazon actually. Uh, A new Amazon sci-fi shows, right? Ark, The Boys, um, what the fuck the name of the show was, dude? Float? No, 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 no. Oh my freaking God. Um, I don't remember to be honest with you, but she's watching that, and that's actually a great show. I'm sorry, I apologize. I know I sound like a fucking idiot without even telling you guys the name of the show. Let me see if it shows up. Silo, not Silo. Silo actually is sort of like the Silo, but not exactly, not really. Um, Daryl Dixon, what the fuck is that, dude? But in any case, when I come across, I will interlude again into letting you guys know. Um, Scott, oh my fucking God, I'm sorry, I apologize. Losing my fucking mind totally. News and sci-fi shows, 2024. So the Acolyte, fucking Fallout, dude. Fallout, Jesus fucking Christ, all right? So Fallout is what she's watching. I watched it just one season. I think the new season is coming. What else? What else is is on fucking TV these days? Oh, the Tulsa King. I think the Tulsa King season 2 with Sylvester Stallone. I think it's back on. I think I'm gonna watch that. Is that on fucking Netflix? I have no fucking idea. But Tulsa King, that's that's like a fucking dark, what do you call dark comedy sort of like show, right? Tulsa King, season 2 with Sylvester Stallone, right? Excuse me. So season 2 is episode guide season 2. Uh, I think I think 2 episodes are already out. Where the fuck to watch that? Tulsa King season 2 cast meet the main characters. Alright, radio times. Here we go. So I don't want to fucking read this whole thing, dude. Sylvester Stallone and all right. So in any case, so I think I'm gonna watch it. I don't know where to fucking watch it. I mean, obviously, I watched the first season, so it's gotta be the same service, right? Amazon or Netflix, one of those, right? In any case, all right. So um, the Fallout, right? Fallout. So Fallout is basically a sci-fi dystopian, post-apocalyptic, after the fucking what do you call humans actually devastate Earth with nuclear bombs, hydrogen bombs, whatever the fuck it is, right? And then it's set in like 2000, 2284, one of those fucking years, right? And it's an interesting show. I'm not gonna have any fucking spoiler alerts. You guys should watch it, all right? And speaking of which, as I talk about, these things, dystopian, I feel like I'm from the fucking future of some dystopian era, back to this fucking, 21st century. And then if that's true, then why I'm here? What the fuck am I doing here? I'm pretty sure a lot of you feel that way, that somehow you are from the future, but somehow you feel like a misfit here, right? All you fucking misfits are really from the future, or you're just misfits, right? And that's what you feel like, all right? So outliers, on the graph. So I kind of don't believe because that's like the real fucking sci-fi that, oh, you know what? We are actually from future. Our souls are from future, looking back at the past, trying to help ourselves, progress, not be fucking, apocalyptic, and maybe through some of these clues through what do you call movies and like, these shows, we show the human civilization. Oh, by the way, so there's a chance that if you guys screw up one thing, and I'm not talking about screwing up one thing means I'm not talking about, oh, global warming and all that, right? Yeah, that I'm not too concerned about that, to be honest with you. I'm not. But I'm not saying that global warming is not real, but I think it is somehow there is some global warming, but that's really not the real issue here, all right? And I'm not here to fucking save the planet, to be honest with you. I'm just here to live my life, with some fucking degree of happiness and satisfaction, right? I think that's what the goal should be for all of us. And then, meanwhile, if you can't do something, then do something for others. But first, you got to do it for yourself because if you don't do it for yourself first, then you're not going to be happy. If you're not going to be happy, you're not going to be make anybody else happy. Simple as that, right? Unless you are some fucking messiah and you have that fucking heart and then you are like really selfless, right? Which these days is impossible. I mean, I'm selfish. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm selfish, but again, I got to buy all the fucking yachts. I'm not saying that, but and I can't buy any yachts anyways. I don't have fucking money. I'm actually, if anything, I'm poor. Just surviving on fucking government debt, right? And paycheck to paycheck, right? And what the fuck I'm talking about? What am I going with this conversation? I have no fucking idea. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that if that's the case that we all are from fucking future, then what is in the future? What does it mean that we have just transformed ourselves in future, let's say 200 years from now? Basically, we are somewhere inside a fucking computer. Is that what it is? We don't even bother to like get up and sleep and eat and have sex and all that like human 101, sort of like the way of life, right? But I don't know. I don't think we are going to be that different 200 years from now. We probably will be more like cyborgs, right? But uh, do you think that we have discovered some sort of fucking time machine or some sort of a wormhole, right? Or a machine that actually takes entry through the wormhole, and then we can basically transcend time, and then we can come back, or we can even go to the future. I don't think that's going to happen in 200 years or even 300 years, but who the fuck knows, all right? Who the fuck knows? Because if you look back 200 years, we hardly, I think, had electricity. Did we have electricity 200 years? Probably, Faraday and those guys. They were just coming up with some sort of a fucking, generator, alternating current or direct current or one of those, right? Fucking Tesla wasn't even there. I'm not talking about Tesla cars, Elon Musk. I'm talking about Tesla, the engineer, right? The Russian engineer. And and then the invention started, right? Beginning at the end of like 19th century, and then the beginning of 20th century started the Industrial Revolution, right? But then what kind of revolution is now? Obviously, the Silicon Valley revolution, now it's the what do you call it? It's the fucking social media. I don't call that a revolution. I call that as a fucking disaster, right? Computers and internet, yeah, that revolution obviously happened, right? At the turn of this century. I mean, at the turn of last century into this, going into 2000, uh, 21st century, 2000s, and then 2000 teens, and then now, 2020s. So what's going to happen in next year? Who the fuck knows? Not next year, sorry, next century, right? Next millennia, who the fuck knows? I won't be here. You all won't be here either. So I'm not too concerned. All right. But I guess you can predict maybe what kind of revolution, what kind of like, industrial revolution, no, not industrial, obviously, but what kind of other revolution? Maybe, maybe the fucking AI revolution really it catches up or something. I have no fucking idea. All right. Hopefully that, like maybe space race. By that time, I'm hoping that we have a colony on fucking Mars and Moon, right? And then we go back and forth. And excuse me. And we harness our sun's energy, and then we become what like class two civilization as opposed to a fucking class one. Uh, and there's no hunger. There's no more hunger on the planet. But there's another thing that's also inevitable with the technology, with the progress. And I think I talked about it in detail in one of my last podcasts, is the extinction of human beings through uh, not having kids. I mean, look at my generation, right? None of my friends have kids, uh, and so the generation is the generation after us. What is it, Generation Z, Gen Z, or whatever, millennials, right? How about them? I don't think they are in any better shape than us, unless they are actually, drastically changing their lifestyles to accommodate some sort of like, compromised relationships where they say, oh, you know what, I don't need to be with like a fucking Brad Pitt or Angelina Jolie, in my life in terms of looks or whatever the fuck, right? The character or the personality, and and they are actually somehow prioritizing their lives so that they realize that it's the fucking survival of the fittest. And I mean, it's not survival of the fittest these days. I mean, that was obviously when we were chimps or whatever, right? Or when we were hunter-gatherers. But what does that mean? Like, okay, so in order for us to continue our existence on this fucking planet, we have to reproduce, right? And if you don't, then that's it, right? So without beating that topic to death, I realized that, yeah, we have to actually somehow live life. We have to, oh, what the, of course we have to live life. I mean, we can't say, yeah, well, you know what, I don't want to have kids. Or I don't want to like, it's just too much. I'm just too old now to have any kids. What am I going to do? It's also, I understand it's also like fucking too much money. It's not easy, you got to pay for the nanny, you got to, raise the kid, the schooling, and nothing is free, especially in this country. But in other countries where, there are more programs where you are encouraged to actually have kids and, free education, free healthcare, free nanny and all that, right? So maybe that's what we need to implement here. But I don't know. I don't want to fucking talk about that on my podcast. But what else the revolution that might occur, let's say at the turn of this century into 2100s, right? So at the turn of this century, 2100 is going to be like, I don't know, it's going to be probably like fucking like an alternate lifestyle, like the Burning Man style of, people wanting to just live that sort of life where they can just use that as some sort of a way of rituals and, do fucking LSD and, whatever the fuck, I'm not talking about cocaine and fucking heroin and all that, but other, potent psychedelics which do not harm your body, but they give you this immense experience to meet the fucking aliens and, be in those realms. And then you realize, oh, holy shit, you know what? Okay, so now we realize this is one fucking reality. And somehow humans, we're discovering the other realms and other realities. So why don't we, become psychonauts, right? And then try to basically get into those realms through our mind, because obviously that's a travel of the mind, not of the fucking body, right? But it can be as real as this reality. So what the fuck, right? And so that means that somehow we will discover, we will find out what this whole thing is all about, right? And once we have that grasp on reality, are we going to lose our fucking minds when we say that, oh, you know what, I don't want to live in this fucking reality? And one guy or one other lady says, oh, you know what, you want to live in that fucking other like third, sixth dimension? I actually don't like that. You know, when I go in there, I meet these people, these fucking aliens, and they don't like me, so I don't want to be in that sixth dimension, she says, right? And then you are like, what are you talking about? I was there yesterday, and everything was fine. Nobody bothered me, and I had a great fucking experience of, going through the fucking wormhole, getting the other side of Zeta Retuli, whatever that fucking planet was, and I met these, like beings and like these machines and whatever the fuck, right? Is that going to be the topic of discussion, right? Just imagine at the turn of this fucking century, people are getting into those fucking realms and everybody has their own fucking spaceship of within their own mind, right? And they get in there and then they realize, oh shit, that's, oh yeah, that is the fucking reality, another reality. And then what if you start meeting people in the other realms, right? Which means, for example, if somebody is getting into that seventh dimension, right? Seventh realm or whatever the hell that realm is, right? And then you realize, oh shit, this the Joe Schmo, whatever his name is, Nick, whatever his name is, he's also in there. Oh Jesus, Nick, what are you doing here, man? I mean, I thought you were in seven and a half dimension. And then he's like, no, man, I met somebody here, so I'm meeting her again in this dimension, and we're gonna meet in this fucking cafe, which actually is just a virtual cafe, right? Something, I don't know what are they gonna do there? Like fucking kiss and like have coffee or maybe have a cocktail. I don't fucking idea, right? So if that's the, what kind of like, oh my fucking God. I mean, I don't, I mean, I don't even want to get in there because I mean, talk about not getting to those fucking dimensions. I'm talking about like imagine that, oh, that's how we are now connected, right? So right now we are connected through internet, right? Internet, social media, this and that, right? YouTube, fucking Instagram, right? Phones and the fucking whatever, right? And then down the road, from like 100 years from now, we realize we don't even fucking need the fucking phones. It's going to be all telepathy, right? If it's going to be all telepathy, then that means that that would be our communication. So basically, you're gonna sit like here, like that, somewhere in a cafe, and then everybody's else is going to be like you. So basically, they are talking to everybody else, through their mind, whatever the fuck that telepathy is, right? And so what's going to happen to the fucking body, right? Uh, well, the body is going to still remain the same. I don't think the human body is going to change drastically, in such a short time, in 100 years, because it took like what, millions and millions, thousands and thousands of years for us to evolve like this, you know, bipedal hominoids, right? And then our brain, the way it developed, right? Uh, so the human brain obviously is much more advanced in terms of number of neurons. That's why we are more intelligent than other animals, because the other animals do not have that many neurons as we do. How the hell did we get these neurons? Obviously, we found we discovered fire, and we discovered how to cook. All right, cooked food has a lot of more nutrition than, let's say, if you're gonna be like a fucking cheetah and eat raw meat, right? And so that's one of the reasons why our brains developed, and developed these neurons after we started cooking meat and everything else, right? With more nutritional value. And the other theory that, for example, somebody like Terence McKenna has, is that at the same time we discovered fire, probably we also discovered like these psilocybin mushrooms, which also gave us the fucking language, right? That may or may not be true. I don't know, because that's not something that uh, can be proven. Uh, Now, development of language, that's a whole different, like, fucking, I think, question, which I don't have any fucking answer for, except that I think language developed by first through sign language, right? We can get to our ancestors in fucking Egypt or wherever the fuck they came to, right? From African jungles. And then, they started the sign language, and I need to go to the mountains or the fucking plains to get what do you call to get the meat of that animal that I need to basically kill through using my fucking bow and arrow, right? And then I think that then the sounds, right? And then the sounds were used. I think the some basic sounds, right? And so that would mean something, right? So that's your like sort of like the code, right? And then you make another sound, and that would mean something else. That means that you're fucking going to the river, or the other sound means, oh, I'm going up to the fucking tree to get the fucking coconuts or walnuts or whatever the fuck it is, right? Or I'm going to have whatever, I'm going to bring water, right? And then those sounds then turn into language. I think that's what it is, all right? Eventually. And then obviously, the written language, right? Written language, Arhamic, whatever the fuck those were the languages, right? In the Middle East, right? Mesopotamia, Tomia. Is that how you say it? And then the natives here who came from obviously Russia and Japan and that route, right? Through Alaska, right? And then they established their own, Native American tribes and all that, right? So, uh, what the fuck I was talking about. I went from one topic to the other. Right. So at the turn of the century, if we are going to be just like telepathic, right? I think the bodies are still going to be the same, except that we might be cyborgs, right? To fortress our bodies, right? Fortify our bodies, fortified. We probably will live longer, which I don't know why you would want to live longer than like fucking 80 years, because then you're gonna be like a fucking burden on the society, right? Why would you even want to fucking do that? Which I don't. I'm not. I'm not for that. All right, but uh, somehow I think we will have a better understanding of this fucking universe, including our own brain and our own mind, right? And its capabilities. You know what they say? Like, some people say that the human mind is very powerful. I don't know how, because probably it has the capabilities. I mean, if you think about something like, when something drastically happens, you see that in your dreams or some shit like that, right? Good things or bad things or whatever the fuck, right? And so that means that somehow brain already knows the future. Our mind already knows the future. It sees the future, right? Through our dreams, through our subconscious. So what does that fucking mean? Is there some sort of a future built into our fucking mind? See that? So that makes me think that human mind is actually a little more powerful than we think. And we think, obviously, we eat and we whatever we sleep, right? But I think we have more capabilities that we need to tune into, right? In our brains. I don't know how. I think Sufis and whatever, like the shamans and all these people, the Buddhist monks, the hardcore ones. I think they somehow tap into that through meditation and all that, right? And so that probably would be discovered, right? And once we have a better understanding of our own brain, its capabilities, then we will know whether we really need to travel to other fucking planets, right? Now that's a loaded question, actually. Why? Okay, so at some point in time, I think more advanced civilizations, right? Obviously, there are out there, right? So it's not like only us. The problem is just the distances, right? Because we have a lot of distances from here to the next planet, next star system. It's like fucking even if it's like a couple of light years, there's a lot of fucking distance, right? So obviously, there's got to be, as per Fermi paradox, there's got to be other civilizations out there, right? So more advanced ones probably they're like, we don't even fucking want to bother. We did that like thousand years ago. We don't even want to bother, going to other planets. What the fuck are we going to do there? Why? Why do we even we need to do that? Unless some sort of a need rises, that planet needs help. We find out, right? Or they find out like, oh, this fucking planet Earth is going through some fucking whatever real global warming or whatever the fuck it is, right? It's burning or it's going to go into another fucking what do you call freeze. Uh, what is that period called? The great fucking cold, whatever. You get my point, right? Where the whole fucking planet turns into Alaska or Antarctica, right? Um, and then the advanced civilization, they are obviously they're watching us, right? I don't think they're actually even bothered to watch us, to be honest with you. They're like, listen, man, these people, they will learn at their own. We're not going to basically take their hand and show them how to walk the fucking, life, right? And that's probably what's happening with us. No contact, no other contact from other species on this fucking in this galaxy, right? So that yeah, that's most likely why nobody is contacting us. They're not interested, right? So it's going to take us time to even, I mean, forget it even, like at the turn of the century, when it comes to like space travel and getting to other planets, I don't think, unless we come up with some fucking technology where we can basically just, do the warp speed and, we discover wormholes, some machine we actually invent, you know, which I don't think so. But if we do, then probably we can just travel, more than speed of light, and we get to the other side, in terms of distance and time, and then that will basically make us enable, or that will enable us to actually travel, right? To other fucking star systems, and then meet these other species, if there are any, well, which I'm pretty sure there are, right? But in any case. So what's going to happen? What does that mean? Are we still going to be discovering other planets? Are we still going to be fucking uh, downloading our brains, or are we just going to do one or the other, right? I think we're going to do probably downloading brains and telepathy and all that more than fucking coming up with ships to what do you call ships to go to other fucking planets. I think that's what we're gonna do. Just like look what happened like in the past like 50 years, 40 years, right? We didn't come up with fucking flying cars. We don't have a base on the moon. We don't have a fucking base on Mars. And all we've done in the past 30, 40 years, 35 years is just internet and fucking social media and the Silicon Valley and all that bullshit, right? Which is good. We have computing and we have Word, we can do this, we have email and all that, but we haven't even actually really pursued other venues, including space travel, right? So I think that probably was going to continue up until the turn of this century, right? Is that my prediction? Maybe. But we're going to obviously be dependent more now, more than now on these fucking machines. Well, I don't know what's going to happen to the fucking iPhone, right? 1111, make a wish, 1111, make a wish. Uh, I don't know. These probably are going to be more like what do you call? Remember those like they're really thin, like they look like a piece of glass, you know, from one of those like shows or movies, right? You can actually flip it. You can use it whichever way you want, and it looks like a fucking piece of glass, right? That might be true, and then it might be that we don't even need these, and then everything is just like a fucking screen, or maybe we just hear something, or we insert something in our fucking brain, or in our eyes and everything that basically gives us the whole entire capability of communicating. That probably what's going to happen first before telepathy, right? So, yeah, that's it. That's my prediction. And then the what do you call the telepathy part is going to be very interesting because are traveling, through wormholes into other fucking dimensions and fucking planets, right? And then that's when I think we're going to meet the fucking aliens or people or species from other planets. They're going to say, "Oh, welcome, welcome! Finally, you humans, you did it, you discovered this, huh? Huh? Um, Oh yeah, we discovered this. What's next? Who the fuck are you people? What planet is that? Which fucking galaxy are we in? All right. So that probably is what's going to happen, and then we truly become intragalactical, sir. First, I don't know. I'm not too keen, or I'm not really looking forward to meeting other fucking aliens, right? Extraterrestrial. Who the fuck knows what they are, you know? Could be that they're nefarious, or could be that they're like angels, or I have no fucking idea, all right? So, anything is possible. Anything is fucking possible in this universe, you know? The universe is mysterious. I think that's what it is. Extremely mysterious. At the same time, it is for us to discover, find out, all right? Um, but eventually, I think this whole point becomes mute. Is that, oh, okay? Find out about the universe. Like, why would you want to do that? Who gives a fuck what the universe is? All right, it is what it is, right? If you become one of those like old school guys, right? Old, you're also old, and like you see all these people running around, running around, running around, running around. What the fuck are they? Well, what the fuck are they doing? Why are they wasting their fucking time, right? And unless I don't know something that they know, then that's a different story. But I know why the fuck they are doing all this, running around, crossing this street to that street to fucking, taking train to that place, to this place, to work, to fucking, it's all the same bullshit. Why even bother, At that point, I think I'll be just sitting on a fucking rocking chair, right? Smoking some fucking cigar, reading the fucking newspaper, laughing at these fucking humans. I don't know. Yeah, I don't like nicotine. My body can't handle nicotine. I mean, I can hardly drink this fucking beer, to be honest with you. Um, but other than that, I think it's going to be the same. I mean, we're not going to be drastically any fucking different. Our technology obviously is going to be much, much better, right? All right, everyone. Almost 1 hour, so I think I'm going to close my podcast. How's everyone doing, huh? How's your week? Hmm? And your weekend? Uh, my weekend, I don't know what I'm going to do on my weekend, but let's find out, right? I'm just going to take it easy. I think that's what it is. But then at the same time, you can't just like be here by yourself, because you need that human touch. And obviously, it's not easy for me or my wife to be together for like 2 weeks and then not be together for like fucking 3 months. That sucks actually. So in any case, I think that internet is going to be like 3 times faster now. Why am I even talking about like what's going to happen in the at the turn of this fucking century? I don't know. Well, I guess I had to, I had to say something, right, on my podcast. But in any case, I'll be gone. You all be gone. Who the fuck knows? Unless we discover a technology where we, freeze ourselves in some cryo chamber, right? Cryo chamber. And then and then these people, they wake us up like 100 years from now, right? And then we're like, holy shit. All right. Um, that's not gonna happen, right? That's not gonna happen. All right, everyone. So I guess that's enough for this week for my podcast. And is there anything that I missed that I wanted to actually get out of my fucking chest? I uh I don't think so. So in any case, I will what do you call? I will see you all. I would say next Monday most likely. Then than the weekend, because weekend I want to, I want to have the weekends for me, you know. So again, it's September 16th, and we only got 3 months left, 3.5 months left in this year, and I can already feel it's kind of cold now. It gets chilly and all that, but it is what it is, sir. This is called fall in New York, New Jersey. All right. Islamabad, one thing I would say, that Islamabad is beautiful because it has hills, and in the surrounding you can see them, and it's like it's nice. We don't have anything like that here. It's like a flat land over here, right? Unless you go to fucking like Pennsylvania border, and you go to Tammany, Mount Tammany, you can walk up there. Or if you go north of here to, Bear Mountains in New York. But in any case, all right, everyone, I'll see you all next week.